Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Hi. Deke. Hi, everybody.
We'll do it at the beginning this time.
Yeah,
hello.
at the beginning. That's something that I feel like is crucial to the Nintendo Drive experience.
Yes.
That you don't get unless you tune in live, youtube.com/carpoolgaming on Tuesday nights.
On Tuesday. Could we
Tuesdays.
do it on the podcast? Could it go on the audio? The Deke. Like,
Yeah.
It's one of those, but is it special for the YouTube experience, to your point, Seth?
Right. That's true. Yeah,
Like,
Adam
is
Pay in the
it
chat,
here?
and it's too soon for the Deke.
Too soon for the Deke.
So-
We gotta take it easy on the Deke.
Yeah.
New emote though on YouTube for members. We just before we started going live, which is all thanks to Locklith, by the way.
Literally
We're-
minutes before.
We're in the Google Doc and I'm making notes and she goes Deke and I'm like, well, wouldn't this
There
be
you
a
go.
thing? And Seth goes, hey, there must be a new a logo file that we can snag on this. And snag we did is now on YouTube. It'll probably be on Twitch at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming, but it's good to see you guys. Nonetheless,
Twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live.
yes, Carpool
Sean.
Gaming Live. My apologies. Carpool Gaming
That's
Live.
right.
Yes, on the Twitch. Yes,
That's right.
indeed. I got distracted by the Deke.
No, that's all blinded by the Deke, you might
Blinded by
say.
the Deke.
Blinded by the Deke.
Yeah.
That's
Does anybody
gonna be
know,
good.
like, I'm curious for anybody listening out there, like, who didn't watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show? Like, what are we even talking about? Like,
Yeah.
impossible to know.
I imagine that it must be an interesting experience for you, Locklith, to be co-host with Sean and I, because we just make all these ancient references.
I was like, I don't understand. I'm just here.
Fully is like, the what? Excuse me?
Yeah, we're talking about Babar, we're talking about Deke. Who knows? What
We're old
bringing
men. We are old men.
Y'all are
Sobering
something.
realization.
I gotta bring the
Weird.
youth to the
Yes,
Yeah.
to the
please.
stream. The youth.
Keeping us cool
Mhm.
here on the Nintendo Drive. Yeah, man. Well, if I may, we do have some housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Wanted to mention a couple of things I have here in the document still, and I don't know. I mean, I guess we could just mention it. The spring collection. You're in the final month. It's the final countdown for the spring collection. Everybody. You got to get over to carpoolgaming.com, pick up your spring collection here before the end of June. You got plenty of time, but the clock is ticking, so I don't want you all to get mad at us if you missed out. Okay?
Mhm.
All right?
Don't be
So-
angry. Buy it now.
That's right. Get on in there. Get your Bobby's Bulbs merch. It's very, very
Mhm.
cute while you still have a chance. And we also have... we have...
No, Sean.
He's
No.
holding the bulbs with his hands.
Is that what you were
that's okay.
doing?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. We also wanted to point people to the upcoming streams we have. Y'all, video game Christmas is upon us, you might say. We have some upcoming streams for Summer Game Fest related things. The first of which is going to be for Summer Game Fest on Thursday. I believe the stream is starting at 2:45 p.m. Eastern here on youtube.com/carpoolgaming. Is that right?
Yes, that is
Yep.
correct. As you're talking about this, Seth, one of these things, and we can save this for next week or whatnot. We should announce these things in Eastern time zone. It seems like that's a very popular one, and then pick
Yeah.
a random time zone from around the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like what's that in Newfoundland time? You
What's
know,
that in
What's that Aussie
EST?
time?
yeah. What's
Yeah.
Zanzibar time?
Yeah. What's that in I don't know, man. Like you got to add like 15 hours to it.
Let's do
and
it.
just
Let's
figure
do
it
it. We probably should have like a South Australia, like an Adelaide
Yeah.
time or something like that. Like we probably could figure that out eventually.
Gets a little
There's
finicky.
dates. Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
time travel involved.
Right. Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
like is it
weird
the next
too.
day? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so back the truck up a little bit. Maybe we'll go to like maybe Germany time.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Like
Germany
Frankfurt?
time. I've got we have people who are in the community in Germany. Delroy's
do.
there, Drellesh is there.
Yep. Hoppel.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Hoppel's there, of course.
Yep.
So we have people in Germany.
We're huge
so
in
maybe-
Germany.
Yeah, Carpool Gaming taking over Germany, dude.
Well, I don't think we don't want any conflict.
Let's
Look,
not say that out
we don't
loud.
want trouble. We don't want trouble, okay? We come in peace,
yeah.
Germany.
We do come in peace, but
Look, we are friendly.
we're friendly, but Carpool Gaming pretty big in Germany is all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We're a big deal
Mhm.
over there.
Big deal in Germany.
Definitely. Anyways,
all of this to say that we are going to be live reacting to Summer Game Fest and all of the adjacent things. Ubisoft Forward, Xbox's showcase. Ubisoft Forward is actually going to be happening on twitch.tv/carpool gaming. I got a cool setup going on over there where you can get like Twitch drops and whatnot over there. So that'll be kind of cool. That'll be a neat little thing. 'Cause we're like a Ubisoft partner and whatnot. So that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, that'll be fun.
Cool. Dude,
Pretty.
It is here. It's not E3 per se. I will say, like, we were putting some little graphics together, and the way things kind of worked out, it was like the number, like the letter E was like June at the end of June, and then 2023 was below it. I almost wanted to do a little something like E3 there, but you kind of have to see it, and it's like, but E3 is here. I wish I feel like this has come together very recently. Is it just me?
Right.
That like this wasn't like a clear picture until like 7 minutes ago, it seems, because I used to book days off work for this, and this is very similar to what it was, except for Nintendo, which we'll talk about, and PlayStation already did theirs. But we got our Capcoms, we got our Devolver, which I'm very excited about. I'll be doing that over twitch.tv/PSVG with Donnie Reese, and I'm excited about that one. But yeah, like it's here. Video game Christmas. It's back. This is all I want. It's okay. Rip E3 video. We got to rename this thing. It's got to be something.
Christmas
it's not
in June.
Christmas in
July.
June. Exactly. I know. It's so close. It's so close.
So close.
It was right there.
1 month.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me. That's okay. It gets everybody talking.
That's exciting. And you know what? And that's what it is, Sean, is I like that it gets everybody talking. Because ultimately it's just like a sequence of us being marketed to. Absolutely. But I like the buzz. I like buzzing with people. You know?
It is like Christmas in that way. And I feel like a parent who maybe my grown-up kids have been ignoring me for the last 15 years, but every once a year, Christmas time comes around and it gets the family together, and that's all that matters. That's what this is about.
Right.
We can be marketed to, that's fine, but it brings the family together, It's very nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Looking
man.
forward to it.
Yemen.
Yeah, man.
What's Yemen time?
Yemen.
Yemen
Sit over there into Yemen.
Yes, let's do Yemen time.
All the Yemen fans sound off.
I'm in rare form, guys.
And I should say too, as part of the Summer Game Fest stream, everybody present, there'll be a post show as well that will be recorded and released on the podcast feeds.
And post show. We're doing predictions. We're doing post show. Like guys, I'm glad you brought it up, Seth, because this is really, and we'll talk about this when we record the thing, but it's just, again, an excuse to bring the family together. There's really no need for us to do a pre and or post show. Like we could be doing news wrap-ups on the shows, but we're going to get together anyways. People really enjoyed it when we did the whole game of the year thing last year. People seem to like it when the Carpool Gaming hosts get together. So the Nintendo Drive, the Xbox Drive, the PlayStation Drive, we're all going to sit around the table and we're just going to do the thing, man. So I'm very excited about that. So look forward to that on all the podcast feeds. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Turbert here in the chat is saying, I'm surprised we're 9 minutes in. This hasn't become the Diablo 4 podcast yet.
Don't mention it already. I'm going to be the only, I'm just going to be, why am I here? I'm just going to be like this.
Hey, well, Lachlan, what have you been playing, my friend? You're the one person on the team, I think, that is not playing that Diablo.
That is true. I'm literally the only one. Every time I've hopped into y'all's streams this weekend playing the Diablo, That's the only way I can hear it, y'all. Is Diablo. I read it no other way anymore. But every time I hop in there, the first thing I hear from Sean is, Sean, say, Lachlan, come in.
Yeah,
get on in here.
Jump in here.
Water's warm.
The water's warm. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on in.
I'll let y'all have your fun. I'm good.
Oh, we're having fun.
We are having fun, dude.
I don't know what's happening. I have no idea like what's going on. No
but
clue.
You're so far ahead though, Sean.
Yep. Nope. That doesn't mean anything. Like
You're
it's actually
there.
the perfect answer to my whole situation with Tears of the Kingdom, like where it's so confusing. I don't know where to start. Or how about I just march my little character around and like cast spells and turn into a bear and smack enemies in the face? You know, that kind of stuff. I'm down for that, but I'm still stuck in the same shrine. I haven't picked up Zelda since the last time I left it. I'm still in the exact same shrine. Can't get out of it. Pick it up at some point. I thought about flipping a coin and just changing over to Metroid Prime Remastered, which I bought because it was shadow dropped, and I thought that's what we were all doing. And I haven't played it since that day. That's a whole other story, you guys. Maybe next week.
I'm glad I didn't pick that one up, the Metroid, because I thought we were all going to play it, and I didn't bother picking it up. Well, I was waiting for the physical, I think, and that was a whole debacle. So
I was so stupid I bought both. I did it twice.
So it's like, I'm so dumb. I got both.
I sure did. I held out. I was like, no, this is my flag in the ground. I'm not. And then I happened to have like a dry spell where I'm like, man, this would be like the perfect time for me to just kind of sneak in Metroid Prime, but the physical's not out yet. So screw it, dude. It's $40. So I grabbed it digitally and then I got it physically also. So they got me. Yeah.
Star Athena in the chat is asking me a question not Diablo related, so I'm going to answer it. Are you excited about Disney Dreamlight Valley? There's an update that comes out tomorrow. Y'all, I'm ashamed to say it. I haven't played my favorite game of the year, one of my favorite games last year. I haven't played it since last year.
Wow.
I haven't played it all this year.
Really?
At all in 2023? Like it's half done.
I haven't. Nope.
Oh, wow. How come? What's going on?
I've been playing other games. I don't know. I keep going back to Animal Crossing. It's just my go-to. I don't know. Can't help it. But I have been playing a couple other games this past week outside of everyone else playing Diablo. I played a scary game that Seth also played called The Tartarus Key. There's a funny video on my channel, y'all. I had 2 glasses of wine as I'm playing this game. So that was a fun adventure of me being scared and a lot of curse words. So here's your warning right now if you go and watch the video.
Some swearing.
Oh, yeah. Yelling and whispering. But I at least put a counter on there on how many times I said I hate it. Because I hated being scared. I'm terrified of scary stuff. And that was fun. And then I played a smidgen of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Just a little taste.
Yeah. Got my Kirby shirt on tonight too.
Yeah. It is such a good Kirby shirt.
It's a good shirt.
Me and Bowsah match. She has the same one now.
So good.
Nice.
So
I like that Tartarus Key game. The I like that game quite a bit. It is a like, here's the thing, that is a Seth game though, like through and through. Like it is this low poly, like PS1 looking graphics where you're just in a creepy murder mansion. It's like an escape room sort of thing. Yeah. And I like it quite a bit actually. I was having some, and the writing is funny. Like I like the way the characters are written. It's actually pretty funny. It's got a couple jump scares. I personally don't find it that scary. I'm not down in bottles of wine while I'm playing it, so.
Tough guy Seth over here.
Yeah, I'm made of steel. Yeah.
I was terrified. You're supposed to, you find people by solving puzzles and leaving the rooms and whatnot. And I played it outside of that video. And so the next thing I know, I have to save this guy. I didn't save him. I messed up the puzzle and he perished.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah. It's like you have to make the right choices or people could die. And I unfortunately... He perished, so that was a whole thing.
I'm curious now if that first girl can die because she's such a big part of the story. I was
thinking about that, but like they kind of made that first puzzle like there is no other way to solve it. So at least her at the
Interesting.
end survives. But yeah, like I haven't come across anybody since after killing off, unfortunately, that one individual.
Yeah.
But next time I play, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful with how I solve the puzzle.
Yeah,
Their
that's
lives
funny.
lay in the balance, Lachlan, and you're giggling about this.
It's like
Like,
it was like a Saw movie, but
that's what I
in
was
like
Yeah,
thinking.
PlayStation 1 style.
I love the whole visual style of it. I love it so much. Like even like the cutscenes, like it has like those sort of like zooms, like it looks like Metal Gear Solid 1 on PS1, you know, like just the way it's all framed. I like it a lot, actually. I was pretty impressed with it. Nobody's talking about it. I've
Yeah.
heard nobody else talk about the game other than you and I just now.
Well, I hadn't even heard about it until they reached out to me about it because, you know, they just had me on a list, I guess. And so I always
Yeah,
just look at them whenever I get those requests. And I was like, it'd be funny for me to be scared throughout an entire video. So
it was. Mission accomplished. I appreciate that about it. Yeah. Well, I played that, and I also played this game kind of similar actually called Killer Frequency, which
Oh,
I
Oh
also
yeah.
really
yeah.
like. This game, it came out on Switch, and this was another one. Paullin got a code from the publisher for that, and it is you're playing as this like radio DJ, like in the booth, and there's like this cheesy like slasher scream serial killer guy on the loose, and you're having to walk people through their encounters with them. Like you're kind of like the 911 operator because the other one gets murdered. So you're like having to be the 911 operator at the radio station.
Because you have
Yeah.
skills because you're a radio host. You can
Yeah.
answer the phone.
Logic makes no sense. It's so stupid. But the game knows it's stupid. Like the game totally leans into that. Like cheesy 80s kind of vibe. It takes place in like 87, I think. So it's all like neon soaked and
Yes.
you know, it's very good. But it's funny too because like I was so distracted playing it because you're just in this radio station and like the people are like talking like, okay, what do I do now? And you have like a limited time to select dialogue options. Oh snap, like I was over here looking at a poster on the wall, I should have been helping them, you know. So I almost got people killed. Haven't gotten anybody killed yet though. So
It looked like I watched your video on it. It looks like it would be a good like VR game.
it is in VR.
It
On
is
other
too? Okay.
platforms. Mhm.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense then because it
So
looked perfect for that.
there's a lot of like objects to pick up and you know
Mhm.
and interact with. So yeah, it would be a good VR game, but works perfectly well on Switch. Having a good time with it. The music's fun, you know, and again, it's just goofy. Like it's like you know, it carries that tone, that goofy slasher 80s slasher tone. And that name Killer Frequency, I love a good video game title. Whenever there's like
Yes.
a good title, Killer Frequency is a good title.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that. But then yeah, it's just been Diablo. Other than that, just that
How
Diablo.
is there time
figure.
for anything else?
Yeah, man. So Diablo, not on.
I'll be
Switch,
talking more
though.
about Diablo on the Xbox Drive tomorrow. I won't
Yeah.
put Lachlan through that. Do you have a place
Yeah.
to talk about it, Seth? Because you've been playing it quite a
Not
lot.
really, dude.
Do you
That's
have
the
a
thing, I'm
place to
Do you have a
stifled.
place? Like, do you have an outlet? Like,
I
like you
don't.
can
I'm
join us on the
stifled.
Xbox Drive. Like Ryan's here. Like we'll
I
make
should.
plans. Like you could join us. We're doing predictions though. We're doing an
Yeah.
Xbox showcase prediction. So if you want to come, you can talk about the Diablo.
What time are y'all doing that tomorrow?
We're doing it 2
What time is
p.m.
it?
Eastern time, which
Okay.
is I don't even know.
It's a very natural. plug
11:30 p.m. Yemen time. Like I have no clue.
there.
8 p.m. UK time.
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe I'll have to do that. I could probably. I do need an outlet because
You should talk about it. You've been playing it a lot,
Yeah.
man. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Ryan, we might have to. We're gonna need a longer show. We're gonna need more time.
Just let me
for
know.
this.
Well, you know, it's fine.
No, it's gonna be
Either
good.
way-
You should talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
It's good. Good game though. Not on Switch, but good game. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Diablo 4.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be forgetting who had mentioned this, but a good thing that people can do on Switch, if you're like, what is going on with this Diablo? All these dorks are just getting so excited about it. We're all falling over each other.
Getting all
Play
revved
Diablo
up.
3. Play Diablo 3 on Switch. It runs pretty
Yeah.
good. It's quite similar gameplay. Like the look of it is a little bit different. It's not nearly as gothic and dark as 4 is, but if you're wondering what's going on, that's there. There's also there's a couple other Diablo likes that you can get on Switch. There's Torchlight, I think
Good
2.
call.
I think maybe 3 is also on there, and I think it's called 9 Parchments. 2017. It was early in the Switch life cycle, which I picked up on sale a number of years ago. I think it's 9. I'll check my files. Seth. I think that's
consult
in there.
the files.
So yeah, if you want to have like it's very arcadey. You know, it's
right.
There's a lot of hardcore RPG elements in there if you want it, but if you just want to like jump on in and kind of have a Vampire Survivors type experience,
totally
little more advanced than Vampire Survivors. That's kind of what Diablo is, and it's super fun. There's lots of other Diablo likes on the Switch, including Diablo 3.
Just brain dead hanging out in there. Yeah, Diablo 3 on Switch is great. Like it has all the DLC on it. You can usually get it on a sale. It's worth it. It's worth picking up. A lot of content there. Yeah, I love that game. Anyway, well, I guess we'll be talking about that more on the Xbox Drive.
There you go.
I can't wait.
Yeah, me either.
It's got the juice.
Cool. It's got the juice.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. Okay, well, we have a couple things to get into tonight. Of course, we do want to talk a little bit about Nintendo Directs, and I think we even have some questions to that effect. Want to hit real quick here. Lockleth, I see you have in the notes the new games added to NSO, which I know you're excited about because that old Harvest Moon got added, eh?
Yeah, I've never played it either. So the ones that are coming is, which I've never heard of some of these, Blaster Master, Enemy Below, which is originally from Game Boy Color, Harvest Moon from Super Nintendo, Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
Yes.
Kirby again from Game Boy Color, and then Mystery Tower from NES. But yeah, Harvest Moon and the Kirby Tilt and Tumble. I haven't played them yet, but they came out like yesterday. So
yeah.
I have a question. I have a question about the Kirby game. The Kirby game. What are you tilting? Like it actually showed in the trailer. Like you're
tilting. Yes, the Switch or your Pro controller or your Joy-Con.
But is this not an old game, or is it like made in the style of an old? So how would you have tilted before?
They had gyro in the cartridge. You would move the cartridge.
You've got to be kidding me! Are you serious?
It was in the thing. Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's sick.
Interesting.
No, and it's a
so
fun
ahead of
game,
their
dude.
time.
Yeah, because I saw like the tilting. I'm like, what?
But how?
I couldn't understand. Link is asking me, what does that mean? I'm like, Lincoln, I have no idea. Like, give me a second, man. Oh my gosh, I have no clue what is going on here, man. Calm down. We'll find out.
We'll figure it out together. Wait,
exactly.
Gotta wait until the Nintendo Drive.
Lincoln,
Tuesday
I found
out. They put gyro in the cartridge.
Oh my god!
The tilt was in the cartridge, Lincoln, all along.
It was in there all along.
The whole time.
Solved.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at Nintendo, just up to their old tricks again, I guess, huh?
Up to their old tricks. And what's great is like they put in the legwork. Like, because if they had just straight ported that, it wouldn't have worked. They had to put in the gyro for the Switch, and you can totally play it that way. It feels great. And it gives me hope, because my big thing was they're not a lot, but there are a few games that utilize gyro like that. I'm like, please, WarioWare Twisted, please make that happen, because that was another one, gyro in that cartridge. And
that is amazing. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look it up,
mind is blown.
Yeah.
I just feel like I entered like a parallel universe where that was a thing. Because like in my previous universe, that was not a thing. So now this is a totally new reality, you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's a really cool one. I'm excited about that. Harvest Moon. I've never played Harvest Moon. I've never played any of them.
I haven't either. I haven't played Harvest Moon, so I'm excited to play it. I think there's a few that are already playing. I think Hoppel says he's already on the farm, so I'm ready to join the farm.
So good. I love it. Yeah, an interesting batch of games, honestly. Lincoln was very excited with Mystery Tower. It's funny because I couldn't even keep myself from saying my thoughts in front of the kids. I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, oh, that one doesn't look very interesting, does it? And Ellie basically just like repeats, she's like, yeah, it doesn't look very interesting. And Lincoln goes, I think it looks kind of interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, like
good
okay, if you say so, like
yeah, good.
And then I kind of got it. Like I'm like, what are they throwing those little pieces like off the edge? Well, I don't understand what's going on. And then it creates like a staircase. I'm thinking like, oh, that's kind of neat. And he goes, see, It does look kind of interesting. I'm like, you were right, Lincoln. Look at you keeping an open
Good
mind
for
with
him.
stuff.
That's a future podcaster right there. Yeah.
In this instance, you were Ryan and Lincoln was Sean.
Oh, for sure.
That's very good, man. Yeah, it's a good drop. That's a cool drop. And Blaster Master, that's a good series. I believe that Game Boy game, Ryan will correct me if I'm wrong. I think that Game Boy game is like, isn't that one of those that's like notoriously expensive now? So it's like one of those that's like a good get because it, like
that's always good.
Used to be, expensive and now it's like readily available. Ryan will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. So yeah, good drop.
It is very expensive, he says.
Ryan confirms. Yeah. Very expensive. Yeah. Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate
was
that.
That game, it seemed like it was made, it looked exactly like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES. Like the same engine, same colors and everything, just same, even like, I don't know, very similar style. Was it Ultra? Was that made by Ultra or Konami?
I'm not sure. It's impossible to know. Yeah.
Who knows? It is impossible to know. There's no way to look it up as an example.
Yeah.
Sunsoft game, says Ryan. Oh.
Yeah. Well, now we need to just get all of we need to get just all of that crazy like in cartridge tech. Like now what we need is have you ever heard of that game Boktai, The Sun in Your Hands or whatever? Which is I believe a Kojima produced game where you play as a vampire hunter and you charge your weapon with the sun. Like you have to it has like a sun panel,
like a calculator, like little panel thing. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
And you have to go outside and charge it with sunlight in order to fight off the darkness monsters. Or
look at me. Look at us feeling all nostalgic for like the weird, gigantic add-ons that we used to have. Game Boy with like the magnifying glass and the lights, or the rumble pack on the 64 controllers. Like Nintendo, give us more stuff to just like latch onto this thing. Like Labo was just a start. It was too late. Just give us more. Gigantic things.
Just chunk on a bunch of stuff on the top of my. I want a ring light, a worm light on my Switch.
Ring light. Yes.
So worm light. Yes.
Yeah, that little thing. Yeah, give me that. Put a printer on there. We'll just put everything on there.
Just a huge battery pack. Why even start there? Stop there. Just
why not? People would
extra rumble.
GameStop, yeah. I when I worked at GameStop, people. I don't know if you guys ever see these. There was a thing where you could like take off the entire like back of your 3DS and put an extended battery pack on.
I have that.
Yeah. So people would come in and like try to trade in their 3DS with that. We couldn't take it because they didn't have the original back.
You'd have to perform surgery on it. And it was awesome because it came with a dock. Like it came with like a charging dock that you would just kind of drop it into and it would charge that extra battery. Yeah, that was excellent actually. And it felt it was, it was hefty in your hand,
matte
but it
finish.
Yeah, it was very cool. Maybe I'll bring it as a physical one of these nights.
There you go.
We still have it.
I like it.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we do have some questions here, and I wonder, how do you want to do this, Lockleth? Steer us in the right direction here.
Well,
what do we want to hit first?
If we talk about like direct related stuff, we could talk for probably a while. And I listened back. Okay, y'all know if I'm not here, I listened back to the show. So the Nintendo Drive, the post show, I listened in. Even though I wasn't here. Y'all didn't talk. Y'all kept avoiding the Tears of the Kingdom, the tears.
We pushed it.
The entire time. Like, we don't have to talk about tears. We don't got to talk about
just edging the audience.
The whole time. Like, I'm like waiting, like, okay, they're going to talk about it now. So I was like, we don't have to talk about that just yet.
Later.
Nope, not yet. Later. It's fine.
That was an intentional decision, by the way. It was very authored, that decision.
Yes. Seasoned podcasters over here.
So I suggest we go through these tears since there's only like a few.
Yes.
And then there's one. Well, I guess they're all Zelda related in a way, aren't they?
Most people are still, on that Zelda train, right? Most people.
That Discord is popping, dude. Like it is insane how much activity is going on in that there thread. Which there will be a Diablo one very soon. I know people will.
People have been asking about that. Well, and it's also
get it sorted.
It's funny because like put like 140 hours into this thing. I am still going in and like messing around with it, but I am trying to like working on a review. There's all kinds of stuff I want to do with this game. I feel like it's just beginning. Like even though I put all that time into it, rolled credits on it, like I feel like I've just gotten started like making stuff. Like, all right, now I can finally make
play the
content
game
with it. Yeah, now I can play the game. So, yeah, that game's. I feel like people are going to be talking about that game for like the rest of the year. Like,
I kind of hope so. Like, because we've been waiting for it for a while. Obviously, I'm in a weird place with it. I'll find my footing. I have no doubt. Pikmin's still a ways away, so there's absolutely no games that come to Nintendo Switch between now and then. That's how this works. Yeah. So we got time, everybody.
The Story of Seasons game comes out at the end of the month, so I have to play more
I'm waiting,
tears before then.
I think 14 games came out since I mentioned that, so who knows?
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting on my Katamari to finally come from Amazon. I tweeted about that angrily, and Amazon replied to me, and they basically were just like, sometimes it be like that. Basically was what it was.
And it made me laugh because I had just seen it physically in store at GameStop that day of when you were tweeting like, well, it's going to be a minute.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Yeah, I pre-ordered that game, and then they're like, hey, it'll be there in a month. So, all right. It has updated. It's been put, I think now my estimation is like June 18th or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it'll be all right. For my little $30 port of a PS2 game.
Jeez.
Anyways, all right.
Anyways.
What do we got here?
What we got here? We got Taylor, TPR, or Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Asks if you could shield surf like Link down any slope of your choosing, real or otherwise, what are you heading down? He chose DK Summit from Mario Kart, a for sure.
DK Summit's a good answer. I like that quite a lot. If I can stick with Mario Kart, maybe we'll explore the space a little bit. Mount Wario is what I would go with, because it's very much it's a snowboarding type of experience. And I want to give a shout out to this, because when I played Mount Wario on the Wii U, was the first like recollection I had. Like I was, again, it was just before. I felt like I was entering a new reality, where I cannot believe this exists. And every turn was like, and now we're on the moguls, and now it's like, now it's a ski jump. And like, what is this? And I felt kind of dumb about it, because even to this day, I'm pretty sure that track was on another version of Mario Kart, right? It wasn't originally from the Wii U. Maybe it was. But in any case, it's a magical experience. Yeah. It is one of my top favorite tracks. And with this question, it definitely comes to mind. So, but I remember like, I don't think there's another track in Mario Kart where I was like experiencing it and mid-track going, this is amazing. Like, I don't know. It happens very seldom. So shout out to Mount Wario.
Have you guys ever played Snowboard Kids or Snowboard Kids 2 on N64? I love those games. And what's great about Snowboard Kids is like it positions itself as it's basically Mario Kart on snowboards. You're getting items, you're throwing people off and stuff. But what was great about Snowboard Kids is they just threw all logic or reality out the window. Like they'll just be like, yeah, going down a grassy hill, why not? Sure. Going through like a city on your snowboard, yeah, why not? let's do it. So yeah, Adam K knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it was great. Snowboard Kids 2 is really, really good. Those are ones I hope come to NSO. So anyways, my thought, I was like, well, I mean, if you're shield surfing, it could be down other things than like a snowy kind of thing. But I struggle to think of like, mountains, other than like the obvious ones, Mount Rainier and Mount Everest and whatnot.
You want to know what the first thing that popped in my head, and I had to Google it on my phone to see what the name was. By the way, this game is like 32 years old, I found out just now.
Oh, snap.
Ski Free.
Ski Free, that was what I was going to say on Windows. Yes. The monster.
Yeah. I forgot about Ski Free. I forgot the name, but like I pictured playing it like on PC.
You actually took it out of my brain. That's amazing. Look it up.
You were talking about like snowy slopes or whatever, and that's the first thing that popped in my head, and like the Yeti that comes out and like all that stuff.
Have Link have to deal with that Yeti.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good. That's so funny you said that. Of all the things you could have said.
Ski Free.
Yes.
I would play that. Oh, I would play that for forever growing up.
Yep, same here.
Endless, like mindlessly playing it. It was so much fun.
What a great question, by the way.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Like very creative. Yeah. Good job, Taylor. Good job, Taylor.
I see you, Trevor.
Applause.
Way to go, TPR.
Way to go. Good one. All right. Now what do we got?
Now
What's
what?
next?
Now what do we do?
More.
More.
Next.
Jamie from Discord asks, what games would you recommend for, and I quote, a newly born boy to be a witness to, and why is one of them Tears of the Kingdom?
Like you just like hold up the baby boy in front of the game like Lion King and just say
I
like
guess.
Savannah.
You must watch. It's
Yes.
basically just like this.
I don't know what I suspect they're saying something in African during that song, but what I always heard in my head.
That's why I stopped with just the first sound. Like I don't want to mess anything else up, so I
Don't want to offend.
just hit a note and that's it. I'm out.
Right, but what I have always heard in my head, still to this day, is Pinata Penguins in Nevada. So I still every time Pinata Penguins in Nevada.
Oh, I hear Topanga in there from Boy Meets World. Topanga. Okay, I just did the thing I said I wasn't gonna do. Damn it!
Anyways,
get me out of here. Edit that out.
Show them. Okay, what do we hold them up to? What game do we? I mean,
yes.
I don't know. For me, like it's hard for me not to get like nostalgic and be like a game that's really important to me, like Mario 3 or something. You know. If I were to hold my kid up to a game, let him just absorb some of its power, Mario 3 comes to mind.
I would suggest Animal Crossing New Horizons, because you could just design and your little babe could just sit there. I know some of my internet friends that have young children like to play with their children around, and the little baby will just sit there and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't remember the baby's real name, but we always
baby. Like, is this this is a thing? Jamie has a brand new baby.
A newly born boy.
First of all,
congratulations.
Holy cow! That's very exciting, and I feel like I need to know more. Because what I was surprised at with our newborn kids was how completely unaware of anything they actually are. Like that's probably obvious. So like the thing is, you could really do anything. Like you could put RoboCop in front of them, and like probably is fine. Parenting tips from me today. But until they get a little older, a little more aware, their eyesight starts to come into play here. But yeah, I'm down with Animal Crossing. Actually, I have a lot of really fond memories of Lincoln coming to play Animal Crossing New Leaf on his 2DS, and then he started shaking trees in real life, and that is like just the most precious memory of my entire like. I pray that survives the obvious dementia that's taking grasp of my brain as we speak. But I hope that memory, it's actually just like, oh man, it's Swiss cheese brain cells up in here. But yeah, very special memories of Lincoln playing Animal Crossing in real life, because he looked like a little villager. He had like his little like bowl cut kind of haircut, and he's just kind of like stumbling around, like going to the trees, and he's such a happy kid. So yeah, shout out to Animal Crossing for kids. I remember thinking, because this is a question that a lot of new parents will ask, and it's a topic of conversation for sure. And for a lot of us, our first memories of games are something like Zelda or Mario or things like that. And as it turns out, those are hard games for kids to understand and grasp. And so when Lincoln started playing Animal Crossing, there's no objective. It was absolutely perfect for newcomers coming into video games. Like it's very easy to control. You can't lose. Like it's very, very good. Shout out to Animal Crossing.
If you know where the store is, and you know where the beach is, the most obvious thing, go to the beach, collect shells and sell them.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Go to the beach, eat.
So good.
Yeah.
Catch a wave. Why not? Oh my gosh.
Catch it. All right. What do we got?
More. Presto the Magnificent.
Hey, Presto.
Asks, could you see a third Breath of the Wild game happening? We're already talking about a third game. What would it look like if it did happen?
More. The third of the series. You got to have the third one.
Of the...
You're going back in time. You're going back 100+ years back and forth.
Such a big question, man. I've got so many thoughts on this, but what's interesting, and this is something that what's fascinating to me is like we had these same kind of questions with Breath of the Wild, like, well, where do we go from here? How does it get bigger? How does it get better? What do they do? And then Tears of the Kingdom came out, and so like I kind of like that I'm not gonna know, like what they're doing next. Like whatever they do, it's hopefully going to surprise me and take me off guard the way Tears of the Kingdom did. So
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer that question without finishing Tears to know what could be potentially next, but also you don't want to spoil it though too. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the something. I'm trying to think of something and I can't. My mind is blank.
Link of the Zelda.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. That'd be incredible. Star Wars crossover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Return of the, and it's just Zelda being Link. Come find me.
Come find me again.
Come find me again. Yeah.
Yeah. Link of the past, says Joey Ferris. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't know, man. But again, it's hard to talk about without spoilers because, like, I do have thoughts, but I don't want to like get too deep into it outside of like a spoiler cast or something. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I do think that we're gonna get a third one in this series, and I do hope that it's like a time skip. Like, I hope we get a little period of peace for this world.
That's what I said. That's the first thing I said.
Can we just play a game that's just peace? Can it be a farming sim for like the next one? Yeah.
Why not?
You could go wherever, and maybe there's monsters and caves, but you don't have to. That type of thing.
It's a cooking mama game with Link and Zelda.
That's right.
You got to unlock all the recipes.
I'd be into that. I'd actually be really into that. I'd be super. I love the cooking in Zelda so much.
I do too.
I'd be way into that.
The little hums the little songs he sings. It's always
so
something
good.
Different, and it's so short, but like you catch it,
And in this one, he'll hum like old Zelda songs when he's doing it. Like he'll like.
That's so good.
It's the best. Anyways,
I want to know who the voice actor is. Just humming.
Right.
Has no dialogue, but hums.
Just some rando. Yeah, some random person in the office.
Chris Pratt.
That's like when they would pay Johnny Depp to do like the Jack Sparrow for Lego Pirates. Back then, though, it was all pantomime. So it was Johnny Depp in the booth going, "Hurrah, hurrah,
no way. Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's very good.
Oh my gosh. Well, Presto's not the only one thinking ahead. Quagmire asks, "What's the Tears of the Kingdom tears?" I almost commented.
Tears.
What? Why
Tears.
Don't call it tears, for the love of God.
Tears.
Please.
Why call it what it's supposed to be? What's the Tears of the Kingdom update? I feel like I'm starting to figure out what I want to prioritize. I've started seriously moving around the Sky Islands, not the land, and really been enjoying my time with it. How are y'all enjoying it or not enjoying it? I'm enjoying it, but I also haven't played in a little bit too.
I was going to ask where you were.
Yeah.
John's still stuck in the shrine.
I'm stuck in the shrine. I can't get out.
I've still only done one of the 4 like parts of the main story. I could move on to the next, but I just get distracted by everything.
I still don't have my Majora's Mask fabric. Still don't have that.
I was gonna ask if you ever got it because like you beat the game and like did you just give up at one point?
No, I'm still scanning it every day. And by the way, I do appreciate everybody who was saying like, hey, why don't you do? I'm aware of like what I could do, but now it's like I don't want to have that defeatist attitude. I want to just do it. I've gone this far. It can't be for nothing. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep
going.
doing it. Just keep it going.
Somebody's got to get it.
It'll take me. I could sit there and like remove the parental controls on my Switch that I have on there just to track my time and change my day and time and grind it out. But no, I'm going to keep every morning when I wake up, I have a routine. I feed my cat, I let the dog out, and I scan my Majora's Mask amiibo. I look at it for 5 minutes and I say, is today going to be the day? And it never is, but one day it will. One day time will come.
You should keep a log and like make like I don't know if it's a short or just like a video of like how many days it took you to get it. And then recording the moment where you actually get it, and you're like so stoked about it because it's like
it's always a Knight's Broadsword.
65 days later.
It's already been. I mean, how long has the game been out? I mean, I've scanned it every day since the game came out.
Coming up on a month. Seth, I'm concerned with your morning routine. I hope that you remember to let the dog back in.
Yeah, the dog stays out all day. She just lives out there now. 90-degree heat.
Get out.
She can't come back in until he gets the cloth.
Don't get that distracted.
Yeah, well, sorry. Just also feed in like outside video cam of my dog just in the heat.
No.
I appreciate that, Shelly. My day will come.
Yes.
You know what?
I might have to rip mine out of its box and give it one try, only for like the hope that I get it first try.
You would get it first try. 1,000% you would. 1,000%.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's too bad you can't like trade. Like maybe the next game will have
it's fine.
Some type of co-op or something.
That was my thing is like, I know that there are solutions. I'm not like, it's not annoying me enough, I guess. I'm not there yet. I'm still determined. It's just part of my routine. It's fine. I'll get there.
Instead of Animal Crossing dailies, it's Tears of the Kingdom dailies.
Basically,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I say something that might be cliche for like what's next for Zelda? It might be cliche. It might be all the rage these days. But I don't know why I just want all the Zeldas to come together. Multiverse. I just think that would be really neat. And I don't know exactly how it would work. I don't care. I just want a Zelda multiverse. Don't care about the details. Somebody else smarter than me can figure out how that actually kind of makes sense. But like, what if you just open a portal? Now it's Wind Waker. Everyone is here. It's Super Smash Brothers Ultimate of Zelda. That would be neat.
Might be the only way to get it bigger than it is now, honestly. Like,
I mean, it makes zero sense. It's obviously not going to happen. Well, but it's either that or you play as Zelda.
No comment, Sean.
I don't want. I know. I didn't even want to bring it up because I'm like, if I step on a landmine there, I might.
No comment, Sean.
Oh,
more.
More. Oh, more. Okay. Zelda confirmed. Zelda confirmed in Tears of the Kingdom.
No
or
comment.
Ganon.
No comment.
Ganon's a good guy.
Seth is literally Leo DiCaprio when anyone asks him if there was room for him on the door in Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
He always says no comment. He never responds.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, those are all of our Tears questions, but Nagachaka asks a question that I'm also curious about, and I don't have the answer to, so I want to know what y'all think. As someone who has never played a Pikmin game before, which I have not, should I jump straight into Pikmin 4, or should I play the older ones first so I can fully appreciate the deep Pikmin narrative / lore, I assume? I'm curious. What do y'all think?
I think they're all going to be the same price, to be honest with you.
True.
Like, it'd be nice if you could go back to an older one and save some money and kind of figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually think there might be some value, Seth, if you agree, in coming in fresh. What I find is I always have to kind of get used to like the new captain or the new person I'm like controlling. And I was like, I like the last guy. Like, who is this?
Well,
so
I don't know
get
if you saw this. Did you see there was a new trailer just today, I think, where you're making your own character now. This new one, you just have your own character that you're making, which I think is really cool. I agree with both Star Athena and Shelly Lou in the chat who say Pikmin isn't that deep, and I don't think there's that much lore. Yeah, you don't need to worry about like the story of Pikmin. You don't need to be caught up on that. However, I think what might be good, if you could find Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch on like a good sale, if you could get that for $30-$40 or something, I would recommend it. That game's still really good. And it would kind of at least like, because I do feel like people might come into Pikmin not expecting it to be what it is, which is like a strategy game. Like there's like strategy in Pikmin, and it's accessible, and like it does the Nintendo thing, like that sort of like, let's take a heady or weird concept and make it palatable. Like Pikmin does that really well. But I think you could either just jump straight into Pikmin 4 if you're interested, or if you can get Pikmin 3 for a discount, then grab it and see if it's your thing. Maybe. I'm kind of hoping they do a demo. I guess we'll talk about this a little bit when we get into summer direct stuff, but I'm kind of thinking that we're probably going to get like a Pikmin direct, and they might say here's a demo for Pikmin 4 during that. So
Antic says every captain is terrible at flying spaceships. There's your Pikmin lore.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and it's sort of implied that perhaps the crash landings are not an accident also. So maybe there's a little something in there.
I played Tinykin. I think I'm ready.
You're ready. It's funny that the Tinykin comparisons have been made a lot. Tinykin's much more of like a 3D platformer, though. But
yeah, there's no strategy, I don't think, in that. You're
I'm
just
looking
exploring.
forward to that Pikmin 4. I'm looking Pikmin forward to it, if I'm allowed that pun.
Took a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a reach.
Did you pull a muscle?
We got
Holy
there.
Cow.
We got there.
What is it? End of July, 21st?
21st. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm excited about it. I don't think I'm going to go back to 3. I think I'm just going to go right in because I was like, ooh, you can make your own character? Okay, cool.
And this one's got a dog too. You'll be all right.
Oh, I forgot about the dog.
Yeah,
How did I forget about the dog?
Yeah.
Swim across little puddles.
Ochi or whatever.
Yeah.
Love you, Ryan. Thank you for the head shake, Ryan. Appreciate it.
And then ScheiGuy asks, what would you like to see Nintendo improve in terms of accessibility?
First of all, thank you, ScheiGuy.
Thank you, ScheiGuy.
ScheiGuy.
Thank you,
ScheiGuy.
Yeah. Any of it? Can I say that? Like, can I like anything at all?
All of it? Any of it?
All of it. Yeah. That's a super maybe short and flippant way to say, like, I feel like you look at Sony and Xbox and it's become like a really front facing part of what they do. I might just be missing it because fortunately, like I don't necessarily have to worry about that kind of stuff for me personally. So I might be unaware. I'm not necessarily going out looking for it, and Nintendo doesn't come out and say, look what we did in the way that Xbox and PlayStation have. But yeah, probably a lot, like probably all of it. Honestly, like, is there a colorblind mode or various colorblind modes in any of the games? Is there in Zelda? I don't think so. You can't even play inverted on Wind Waker HD, for God's sakes. Like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I also thought about, like, a lot of the times you have to read a lot of things and there's no, like, unless I'm unaware, there's not there's no
like
option
Fire Emblem, 3 Houses, some of us might have a hard time reading
text.
that. Some of us might have a difficult time reading small text, right? So that would be helpful. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean. I think that it's weird to see Nintendo trail in this way, right? Like, it's weird to see, like, Nintendo is a very forward thinking company in many ways, but like in certain fundamental ways, they're like way behind. And it's not uncommon for us to be like, well, Nintendo's trailing in like online stuff. They don't have achievements or trophies or whatever. But it's weird. Accessibility is a weird thing to be the loser at,
Yeah. When you're making games for everyone.
Yeah. They should be the leader in that field.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
even just a simple option to, like, with sound, like audio stuff, just being able to turn the music off specifically versus other sounds in game. Like, I know that's always a request of Animal Crossing players. Like, if we could just turn the music all the way down and I just can run around, shake trees and hear that still, that'd be great. Like, even simple stuff too. So I don't know. It's strange because other games do that.
Even like both Xbox and PlayStation have released hardware that is accessibility focused. And Nintendo hasn't even done that, which is interesting to me because, like, it's one thing to make something for free, like as part of the firmware where it's a good consumer friendly move. But like, even like from a business perspective, you could sell some hardware the way that your competition has. And it's weird to me that they haven't even done that. So
I'm trying to remember if the Xbox One, if it can be used on Switch. I don't know why I think that might be a thing. We have fact checkers live here on the internet. That might be a thing. But you're right, Seth.
Maybe.
Like, there should be, because PlayStation eventually did that as well. And this is really a good question because it hasn't come up on this show really of like, where are they on this topic? I'm hard pressed to think how this has not come up in the past.
Well, we're fortunate in that, like, it doesn't affect either of the three of us, right? But it is a real thing for many people.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I agree. I think that they could definitely stand to have more accessibility. It is strange when you're seeing the other guys do it so much better.
They need to redeem themselves from the Virtual Boy.
Oh God,
because that was not accessible. The accessibility, all the red.
Stick your face in a big old 3D thing.
Yeah, you can
kaleidoscope
use
thing.
you can use the Xbox adaptive controller with the Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
Okay.
That's really cool.
You
I
need
didn't know that.
you need like an add-on. But yeah, it's possible.
A dongle.
Yep.
Yeah. Just reads it as a USB controller, probably.
As a pro controller, wired communication. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting. Because there's there's all these different types of like add-ons to the adaptive controller. One of them looks like a nunchuck controller, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam says
That's
Xbox has led the way in accessibility, certainly in that front, and it definitely pushed PlayStation. Like it's interesting because it's also now it's an award at the Game Awards, games in accessibility. So I guess that's another way to think about this and look at it. Like, where is Nintendo in that category? Like, absolutely nowhere to be found, as far as I know.
Well, and even on like a software like in-game basis, I feel like Nintendo used to be better about this. It was interesting. We talked about this we had a Sidetrackers meetup last weekend. And I think it was Brent that mentioned, like, Nintendo used to have stuff like, remember in Mario, you could get that like gold Tanuki suit or whatever, where you're just like invincible and stuff. I think there was even, I don't remember if it was a Mario game or a Zelda, like it would just play it for you. Like if you had like if there's like a hard section, you could just let it auto play to get you through the section you're having trouble with or whatever. And it would give you like some kind of thing on there that said that you used that or whatever. Yeah, funky mode, right? Ryan points out funky mode is kind of an accessibility option a little bit, right? But
I always think of difficulty sliders different than accessibility. And I think that personally, I think it's an important distinction.
True.
The ability, like to make the game, I don't know, like accessible. I don't know how to dance around the word. Like if it's accessible, if people can actually play it who have some sort of I don't know, some sort of condition or physical incapability of being able to play the game versus the difficulty. Like if you just want it on baby mode, I feel like that's different. I feel that's totally different. And I think that's important. I was just looking up the games that were nominated for innovation in accessibility at the Game Awards last year. As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry. So absolutely no Nintendo there. This would be really interesting for them to just step into a little bit. And maybe they're working on it. I know Nintendo doesn't like to do anything like half-baked, and I think this is an important thing. So if they do step into the ring on it, it's got to be done well.
Yeah. That's a great question, man.
Good question.
Thank
you, ScheiGuy.
Great thing to call. Yeah, thank you, ScheiGuy. As always.
Yes.
Those were our
non-direct
questions.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about this, man, because there's we're here in June, as we mentioned earlier. It's gamer Christmas, right? We're here in the height of all this gaming news about to happen, and there's no Nintendo on the docket. We have Tears of the Kingdom has officially been released. It's kind of out there. The only other first party other than Pokemon DLC, the only other first party Nintendo release we know is Pikmin 4. So there's a lot we don't know. And it's interesting to think about, like, if there's a need, first of all, for a summer direct at all, and to also sort of look at like what they've done in recent history to strengthen or weaken that argument. Because for me, and I think Joey brought it up in the chat a little bit earlier, he said something about like it's going to be a partner direct, which is kind of where I was kind of thinking too. I was thinking, I was looking at last year's Pathway, and they had in late June a Xenoblade direct, and then I think it was like a week after that they did a partner direct. And I think we might see something similar here. For my part, I feel like we're going to get a Pikmin 4 direct, dedicated 20 minutes or whatever of just straight Pikmin 4 info with the demo dropping. And then like a week later, we get a partner direct that is just third party stuff. And then the first party stuff is saved for September. That's kind of where I'm at. So that Donkey Kong game is coming. Mario game is coming. You can count on it. I don't know if it's going to be this month though. What I was thinking as you were kind of laying that out, Seth, is that how interesting it must be if you're in Nintendo headquarters right now, and they must have like just a slew of games ready to go or very near
ready to go, that they're just able to polish up, because I really can see them keeping up this cadence. Like there's going to be a summertime, maybe like a game or two, and then they'll have their big holiday game, and then there's going to be a big one in the spring. And it's like they've locked in at this point, and I could see them keeping it going for a little while, especially with no new Switch on like in sight at all. So yeah, I think that they could definitely repeat the partner showcase, and I hope that people don't yell at it like they did last year. I think this is fine, especially because we've got Tears of the Kingdom now. So like just keep playing that, and everything else is totally fine. So I think that would be interesting. But we're now a year later, and it's becoming that much more difficult for third parties to port games over. Like Diablo 4 is not on Switch. So the latest, greatest bleeding edge games, like not necessarily coming to Switch. So I wonder how they can get us excited, like for on the third party front. That would be very interesting to see. I don't know if you wanted to go through any of the games that they highlighted last year, but
yeah, sure.
I don't know if they didn't really like blow anybody away, I don't think.
Well, yeah, like it was a good partner showcase, but it was like, hey, Nier Automata's on this thing now, and like,
which is a great game.
Great game, amazing game, right? But like, is there anything really left in like the third party space where like, oh my god, finally, like what's really left? Like, what's really gonna get us revved up in the third party space to finally come out on Switch, man?
I'm over here in cozy game heaven over here. Like I watched the best indie games showcase today, and there's a list of at least 6 that are coming to Switch at some point.
Fire.
Yeah, indie games. Yeah. And then the Wholesome Direct is this weekend. Like, in that place, my comfort zone, I've never been disappointed. So I guess the partner showcase for me, as always, it's exciting. I don't know. I'm like Lincoln. I'm not disappointed, I guess.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, and they also had, I think Mario Rabbids was at the last one.
Yeah, so we'll get DLC.
Yeah, probably that new DLC. There's supposed to be there's a DLC coming this summer. So like that'd be a good like shadow drop, right? That'd be really cool. And then I think there's the Rayman one is like this holiday or something. Yeah. So, yeah, but I look at that and I'm just like, what third party stuff is there really? And it could be, because there are a lot of third parties kind of coming up to bat this weekend at Summer Game Fest. You got a Ubisoft thing, you got a Capcom thing happening, and it could be that some of that stuff is present at a partner showcase. Like maybe they just sort of like, hey, that thing was announced earlier, guess what, it's coming to Switch too. So
some sort of Capcom or Resident Evil streaming thing, like cloud-based thing, like Resident Evil 4 cloud-based or whatever they call it. It's funny because like as we're kind of talking about this, you go like, do they really need it then?
Right.
Like does it really serve a purpose other than to satisfy us here in June? It's E3, it's Christmas season. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not really all that necessary. And maybe because it's so kind of predictable as well, that maybe that's why they would want to avoid it altogether. But again, like some highlights from last year, if you want to call it, like Return to Monkey Island was highlighted last year. Sonic Frontiers, Live Alive was debuted there. Actually, I think that was the first time we'd seen that. That was a big one. So maybe I feel like it's just going to be an RPG dump if possible. And also, wasn't last year's partner direct like the Farmville direct? Basically, like everything was
one of them.
Yeah,
one of them that had there was one.
Yeah, it was Harvestella. There was, I think that's where we got. Yeah, Disney Dreamlight Valley. There was a lot of farming going on there.
Yeah. I think it probably will be like Square Enix heavy. Like I wouldn't be shocked to see like that Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, thing there or whatever.
Can you imagine? That'd be great, actually.
It'd be great is like, because it's interesting too, because like, what do you kind of consider like a partner sort of thing? Because like some of them almost feel like first party stuff. For example, right, there's all these rumors that Bandai Namco is working on a Kid Icarus Uprising port. That's been rumored for forever, and I hope it's real because I love that game. But like, would that be something in a general direct, or is that something that goes in a partner showcase because it's not being made by Nintendo specifically?
Mhm.
I don't know. You know, you could also see like, you know, they've got some of that stuff on the horizon, like Deca Police and like Professor Layton and like that Master Detective Archives, that Rain Code or whatever it's called. You've got some stuff kind of percolating. I think it's gonna be RPG heavy though. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be very RPG heavy kind of thing, which I mean, hey, is totally fine. It's become a great RPG machine, right?
Mhm.
So
What if they dropped like Detective Pikachu? Would you just lose your ish?
it's not gonna happen, but good
I
God, that
know.
would make me happy. Yeah.
Like anything Pokemon would always get its own thing.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
That'd probably be its own thing. Well, and John 32 says Mario Kart tracks in the that I don't think that would be here. I
Mhm.
think that's going to be on Twitter, and I think it's actually going to be quite soon. I think they're probably the Nintendo of Canada was kind of teasing that recently.
Like more
So
characters too, you think?
I hope
Yes.
so. Pauline needs to be in that game, dude. It's just she just needs to be. Like it's
I'm
just
waiting
a
on
crime that
Kirby.
Pauline's not in that game.
Kirby has got to be there.
Kirby
Like, and
has
that's me
to.
saying that. That's a given. That has to happen. Holy cow. Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it'll be interesting to see. Maybe we think differently after we start to see like we're going to get a lot of third party stuff. I imagine there's going to be stuff at Summer Game Fest, as you mentioned, Capcom, Ubisoft. Like some of the stuff is going to come there anyway. So what else does Nintendo really need to do to carry things over into the summer? Is it enough to just to have Pikmin? People are still buying
Yeah.
Zelda. Still buying Mario stuff, as that movie's coming to DVD and Blu-ray and whatnot.
Yeah.
Next
I
week.
think some people are already getting it. So
Yeah, what a
Niantic's got
weird
it.
yeah, what a weird
Yeah.
distribution on that.
It's weird.
I'd
I
be
don't
very
know what's up with
curious to
that.
know. People should. I'd love to throw this out for the Discord and comments below. Like, are people clamoring for a Nintendo Direct? And if they are, is it only because it's June right now,
Yeah,
or
I think
like,
that's I think
yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think people are like it was written in the ancient texts, you know, there it is June, so there, you know, thou shalt have a Nintendo Direct in June. You know, it just seems to be the way it's always been, but Nintendo hasn't engaged with E3 in a long time, and they typically do something. June's just kind of like an understood time to share some news, and it might be just because they know it drums up hype. It might be worth it to them to sort of collect those little third party announcements if they have them. Like, if there is enough of that stuff coming to Switch anyways, they might do it just because they know they'll get people watching it. You know, like that might be worth it to them to just say, like, well, let's throw it because people are going to be hyped about it.
Here's
So.
where my mood flips a little bit. Okay, I've just spent the last 6 or 9 minutes or whatever it is thinking like maybe they don't need one, but you know what? I want one. And I don't want it to be a partner one. I want it to be a first party one. And I want it to be
Yeah, I would
E3
love
style. I want Reggie to count his push-ups, Nintendo 62, Nintendo 63, Nintendo 64, push-ups. Give us some weird robot chicken Muppet style, like who knows? Like give us that. I was lamenting at the PlayStation showcase a little while ago, which was really just a long Nintendo Direct with PlayStation games, that we like. I need some more soul in this stuff.
I agree.
I need somebody to flub a line and laugh about it. I need somebody holding a little yarny character that they're shaking because they're so excited to tell you about it. I need some of that, and I'm mad about this. Seth, you got me all riled up here. Okay,
Yeah.
All people on the internet were like, just give us trailers, give us trailers. Well, that's exactly what you got, and I am bored. I want a little bit of entertainment. Damn it. So give us that, Nintendo. Give me a Donkey Kong game. Give me a Mario game. Let's get the expectations completely unreasonable. And yeah, get people in front of a camera. Like, let's do something. Gosh, we're out of COVID now. Like, get together.
Just, like,
God, goodness
poking
gracious.
them with a stick. Like, do something. Come on.
Wake up, man. Holy cow. Yeah, we just got the Horsehead 1-2 Switch like in the middle of the night last week. Like, oh my.
Everybody 1-2 Switch.
On.
Yeah.
Give us Project Rectangle strategy next. Like, let's do something. Like, let's do trapezoid strategy. Come on, man.
That's the kind of thing
first party. That has nothing to do with what I just said. Actually,
you might see that at a partner showcase. Well, but I do agree with the sentiment of like, there's just no personality there anymore. It's soulless,
and I feel like it's translating into the content. If I can be so bold, because like I think that what we just did, I felt it. Like, ugh. I guess they could do a partner thing and like maybe some DLC for Mario plus Rabbids. Like, give me a break. This is Nintendo, for God's sakes. It's the top selling console on planet Earth in the entire solar system. There's not a console that sells better than this thing. Give us something, Nintendo.
But that's why. But that's why it is the way it is. They've become risk averse, and every company has in this. Everything is so expensive now that they don't want to take any risks. They don't want to say like, let's put some money and have some puppets on stage or whatever, because God, what if it doesn't work? What if this causes our share, price to go down? Or what if, like, who cares?
What if I fall asleep and forgot to buy anything again?
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I want to see that kind of stuff again. I remember last year at the Game Awards, Doug Bowsah took the stage a couple times, and I was like, I like you, dude. Yes, more of this. I want to lean into it. Your last name's Bowser, for God's sakes. How do you not lean into that every Nintendo Direct? Here's President Bowser, President Koopa, if you like, from the Mario movie. Why don't you lean into that and make that your whole personality? Yeah,
that's what I want. That's what I want. Although, September is the other thing. I can balance my own hatred out here a little bit. There is a September thing happening alongside PAX West, which we'll talk about in the post show. We haven't done that one in a little while. Reference something we'll talk about in the post show, and then absolutely
that's true.
Not talk about it in the post show. So there is maybe some hope for something happening in the fall. I feel like that is maybe a little bit more typical, where we get the last quarter of the year kind of around that time. Man, I just got a little excited though.
Well, here's what's interesting, right? They're actually John 32 left a question. If Nintendo skips a Summer Games Direct, do you think they'll try to establish Nintendo Live in September as its premier game announcement event for the year, Nintendo Con?
I would accept it.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I agree.
Here's the thing. I do think we'll get a September Direct, and I do think it'll be just before then. Right before then, and you can play those games at Nintendo Live, some of that stuff.
That'd be cool. Yeah, back to that.
Yeah, Nintendo Live is going to be a fan event though.
But it's right at the beginning of September. It's not. There can't be you're talking end of August. Almost.
Yeah, it might be late August. Yeah, they might do that. I think it'll be that. I think it'll be here are some first party, and it'll probably be small stuff. To be completely honest with you, and maybe this is just me being a pessimist. I don't think there's a Metroid Prime 4 or Mario or something this year. I just don't. I don't think they need it. I honestly think that they're just going to ride that Tears of the Kingdom high, Pikmin 4, maybe some kind of high profile port, like a Kid Icarus or something like that. Or a new Kirby.
New Kirby game.
Rolling on.
We haven't had one in a few months. So
what did we get? 2 last year?
Yeah, we got 2 this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say this actually happened this year.
Just roll out another one, baby. Yeah, I don't have I don't think there's gonna be a huge tent pole.
That's such a bummer. I want to go back to the hype. Come on, man. Give us something, because you're probably right, and that's so lame. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I'm on the side of I'm keeping my expectations low. That's how I always roll. But I also feel overwhelmed in terms of the indie side of stuff. I've just been focused on all the cozy and indie games that are usually not expensive. So I can get several of them as they come out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just living over here in La La Land. That's why I haven't been talking and let Sean and Seth do all the talking, because I'm let them be mad because I'm good.
That's the other side of it. Here I am not playing Zelda, playing Diablo. I really don't need new games. Honestly, I really don't.
But give me more.
Dang it, give me more. Give me some more. Yes.
Well, it is interesting though, because I'm kind of with you, Locklith. I play, with the exception of some of the stuff, and I've mentioned this on the show all year, basically, is up until Zelda, I'm not really feeling that much from first party Nintendo this year, personally. I know there are people who really like everything that's been coming out, but it hasn't really been speaking to me until Zelda. Most of the year, I haven't really been vibing with it personally. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air for me to get something like Zelda, but otherwise I've been kind of in an indie space. on Switch, and it's because so much of, and it goes back to the risk averse thing. So much of what's coming out is just either an iteration of what we've already had, or it's like just this, it's just like the same thing, getting on the eShop.
I'm going on the eShop. I got to find out what's coming, man.
Sean's
Here
gotta
on the
get his
featured
fix.
list, here it's been a while.
Been a while.
On the featured list
was
is
about to
Tears
do
of the
that.
Kingdom. Everybody 1-2 Switch. I can't believe that's a thing. Disney
I'm picking it
Illusion
up, Sean.
Island coming
Disney
out soon.
Illusion, yes. I
Yeah,
forgot
that
about
looks
one.
really good.
could
Pokemon
be at
Scarlet
the
and
partner
Violet's still up
showcase.
there. I still have a second voucher to use. Still could use that. Pikmin is coming. Convergence is up there. Fortnite. So I guess that gives a sense of where we're at. Advance Wars still. Splatoon 3.
Samba de Amigo Party Central, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot
You
about
nailed
that.
that.
One.
Like that just kind of popped off your tongue.
Hell yeah. I can't wait for that, actually.
There's a Capcom 40th anniversary sale. Oh my goodness. Oh, and a Bethesda summer sale. Oh, and a WB June sale.
and Capcom older than 40 years, by the way. I don't know.
Well, what is that? What is the 40th anniversary of what?
They're just, I mean, they're leaning into it. But I think they're like 43 years old.
Like, what are they celebrating?
What are you celebrating anyway?
What's there to celebrate? We have nothing.
But you know what, though? I look at some, this is another thing I see here, though, Sean. If I can just put that business cap back on, is like at the partner showcase, what we're probably going to see? We're going to see Mortal Kombat 1 running on the Switch, right? And we're going to see like Harry Potter, which got delayed to like November or something like that. We'll probably see that on the Switch for the first time.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's like I don't want to be offensive to it, but like it's pushing the Switch beyond its capabilities is what I'll say.
It's too much.
Like it's gonna be kind of sad. You're like, all right, like
it's not gonna look
he's
right.
already dead. Stop,
Exactly.
stop.
Yeah.
He's already dead.
Like it's enough, man. But this Capcom sale, hang on a second. Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection is $13 Canadian. I assume that's a nice $9.99 in American. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Dragon's Dogma is only $5.
Oh my
Y'all should play that.
Look at all this stuff, you guys. Oh, I already picked up the Mega Man Legacy collections.
Is Ori 1 and 2 still on sale? They were on sale.
Pick it up
a bit ago.
Pick it up, you guys.
I don't think I have.
Gaming.
I don't think I have the second one. I know I have the first one.
Absolutely
Excellent.
Great gaming on that. Yes. Good.
Yeah, I'm looking at this here. I have hovered. Good.
Oh, I still need Fire Emblem Engage. I should pick that up. Maybe Ingrid is still around. Is she in that
Still
game
kicking?
too? She's just a bucket of bones by that point.
She was left behind, Sean.
Yo, Ace Attorney Turnabout Collection, $24.99. You can get the Ace Attorney trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Great games.
I could play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 too. That was man.
Yeah.
I got like I'm good. I actually am. I'm okay. No direct. Take the year off, Nintendo. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Let them cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna try though? I'm sorry, Lachlan. I'm gonna try to download Tears of the Kingdom on my Switch Lite, and maybe I've been missing out on something here, you guys. I've told you that I have trouble playing the Switch in bed. I have trouble in bed with my Switch. Okay.
Oh.
So maybe I just got to try a different form factor. Maybe I'll try it on the Switch. See how that works out. Maybe I want to bring a huge Nintendo Switch OLED. Yes, please do, you guys. Let us know what you pick up. There's big sales going on. It's great stuff. Let's just be irresponsible together.
I'm sure there will be more too as like Summer Games Fest comes out and stuff.
Are we going to spend some money on the post show?
Is that
going to be a thing we do?
I could use that I could use that voucher. I could be convinced. I absolutely don't need to. Like I should play Zelda or Diablo or Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's what I should be doing. That's the rational thought.
I've got the first 3 Xenoblades and I've only played a little bit of the first one. And you know how many thousands of hours in between all 3 of those I could be putting my time in.
Xenoblade Chronicles is so good.
The
Definitive
music
edition.
Alone.
Oh, and Dunban. Just download it for Dunban.
Dunban. That's Dunban over there.
Play for Flute Guy or whatever.
Yes, yes, please do. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna download a whole bunch of stuff here that I actually already own. Yeah, we're
Well,
just
while y'all are looking through, Fulia also had a question. I don't know if we answered it or not. Did we answer
What's up,
this
Fulia?
already?
What's up? Fulia?
With the Summer Game Fest coming up this week, what are some games or major announcements you would like to see? Give us your predictions. I guess we've kind of been doing some of that. John32 said in the chat earlier, Nintendogs. And I know you played a Nintendogs type of game, Seth,
Yes.
but I would
Little
love
Friends
to.
Puppy Island.
Everyone's talking about Little Friends Puppy Island. I still have to play the demo to try it out myself, but I would like to see Nintendogs for sure. But I don't think that'll happen.
That's the kind of thing, though. Like, that's the scale that I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get like a Mario level thing, but I do think we're gonna get something Mario. But I do think we're gonna get something on the scale of a Kid Icarus or a Nintendogs, like kind of like a B tier like kind of thing. Not quite
get a Yoshi's Cookie 99, like a Tetris 99 version.
That'd be sick, actually.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be actually way into that. Yeah,
start
WarioWare 99. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. WarioWare 99, like mini games against 100 other people. Give it to me right now, directly into my veins. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I love mini games.
Oh, we've been playing. That is, like, I joked before, I've not been playing any Switch. WarioWare continues to be the go-to in this household. It's so good. I'm so happy. And it's always a little tricky when you had a 6-year-old who really understands these games and a 4-year-old who's still kind of learning. And it was very sweet. Like Ellie kept saying, Lincoln, let me win. And I said, like, nobody's gonna let you win. That's not how we do things here. But Lincoln, at least let her like understand how to play the mini games, and then you can go for it. And they did. It was very nice. And proud Papa over there.
It's more mercy than I give to my nephews in Mario.
Well, Lincoln let her learn how to play it, and then he proceeded to demolish her. But she still at least had a chance to understand
learn it.
Yeah. And she ended up doing pretty well in the end. But
she's got to win on her own.
I think so.
I lap those kids in Mario Kart. Like I destroy them.
I have to admit something, you guys. Lincoln beat me back-to-back chess and checkers this week.
Oh,
legit.
Chess too?
Legit. Yep. Like I maybe I wasn't paying full attention, but like he beat me. I did not let him win. And we were playing on his tablet and he makes one move and it shows up checkmate. I'm like, you son of a gun. Like, holy cow. Like, legitimately. Yeah, he got me. And checkers too. He got me.
I was about to be like, how could you let him win? But then I flash back to you and Seth going through the same shrine and you struggling to get that.
Can't get out of the shrine. I can't beat a 6-year-old at chess. So just give you a sense of my mental capacities over here. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And I'm employed.
All these SteamWorld games are on sale, you guys.
And I have a job.
I'm in charge of stuff.
People come to me for things.
Yeah, people ask me stuff.
I have an opinion that matters. What's happening?
People's livelihoods depend on me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Are we just?
They didn't ask me if I could beat my son in
eShop?
chess. Yeah. Is that kind of where we're at right now, you guys?
At the eShop now.
Is that it?
Anyways, I guess we could continue this into the post show.
Are we satisfied with the direct conversation?
I feel like
I think so. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about, to be fair.
Here's the thing. Like, I feel like we're just gonna have to get you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at with this. We're getting a partner showcase more than likely. We're getting a Pikmin Direct, take it to the bank, and then you get your real thing in September. Play that stuff at Nintendo Live. Yeah. Right. And that's it.
Can I throw out an idea? You guys can edit this out if you don't want anybody other than the live studio audience to hear this. But maybe over at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live or here on YouTube, although it'll get a copyright strike on YouTube, so who knows? Maybe over on Twitch, we maybe let the patrons choose an old direct for us to watch and react to.
I would love that together so much.
You want to do that? We should totally do that. Like let's just, if Nintendo ain't gonna do it, let's just watch one from the past. And because Lord knows I can't make a decision about anything, so let the patrons do it. Maybe we'll pick a few, because there could be like the February directs that have been very good. There's a bunch of the E3 stuff from when
I want to
E3
go
was
old.
alive. You want to go old?
I like
If
the
we go
first one-
old, if we go old, more than likely I have not seen it, so y'all will get like a true, like
Yeah.
Locklith
Like
reaction. If-
3DS era, like early
Yeah.
3DS
Old-
kind of thing.
Older.
like the reveal of like the
That was a
Wii,
long time ago. Like
you
just
know what I mean?
just
like
city
old.
yourselves a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking old. I want to see like Reggie talking about kicking ass or whatever when he comes on stage. Like I want to see Reggie
back
playing
on
Zombie
stage. So you're not
U.
even talking directs. Like we're talking
Yes.
showcase. Okay.
That'd
Yeah.
be so much fun.
Like the
dude.
first year they had color, like color in film.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can watch
when they
that.
still called it
I want-
film.
film.
Film. I want Miyamoto up there playing Wii music. You
Okay.
know, like
Okay, that could be fun. I think that would be great. All right.
I'd be into that.
Yeah, we'll detail this maybe in the post show.
We'll workshop it.
Spin some
we'll
wheels.
workshop it.
Put it out to
Yeah.
the patrons. Could be
But yeah,
fun.
it would have to be on Twitch then, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Twitch
Nintendo's
has been
will-
fun, man. People have been liking us over there on
Mhm.
Twitch. Court's playing Diablo. I'm playing Diablo. Ryan's
Diablo.
watching Alone in the Dark or something. God knows what. I don't know, man.
playing Dark Angel.
Oh, it definitely needs to be a montage. Oh, good call. Everyone. Even Rocky had a montage.
I'm
That's
looking at
right.
my Switch now, and I know I talked about games that I've played, but I completely forgot to mention here that I finished Portal 2. I don't think I've mentioned it here.
Nice. Yes.
That was my committed relationship game coming out of Carpool Gaming Days. So I finished it. Glad to have finished
How
it.
about
And
the
then
ending?
the ending. Oh my god,
Good ending.
it was good. It was good. The whole it was. I think Portal 2 is better than the first one. Like the first one
Big
was
time.
a nice
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
common.
intro
Yeah.
to like how to get used to the puzzles and stuff, and so you have that knowledge going into Portal 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely more story in the second one. So I
Oh,
loved it.
huge, Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
loved
love
it.
that. The turret opera that plays at the end
Yes.
is so comforting to me because it reminds me my grandfather used to sing opera like in like Italian, and it
Mhm.
reminds me of being like a kid. Like my grandfather would just kind of like be cooking sausages or whatever he's doing, and he'd be singing like Italian, and like hearing that it's comforting to me to hear that turret opera at the end of Portal
Yeah.
2. It reminds me of my grandfather. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I forgot to mention that. And then I also started Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
So I started that too.
So you're playing before? Did you already played Life is Strange 1?
I played most of Life is Strange 1, but
Okay.
now I'm going back and playing Before the Storm. I'm going to play Life is Strange 1 again and then play the True
Yeah.
Colors. So
Nice.
I'm re-downloading an unreasonable amount of games on the Switch Lite. I don't know what
Loading
I'm
up.
doing. I just downloaded Lego City Undercover for some reason.
Why
That
not?
game's
great
great.
game. Great
Mhm.
game.
Yep.
Yeah.
The loading screen music is really good. Disco. Yep. It's really good.
there you go.
BTS.
Yeah.
Oh, BTS.
It is BTS, isn't it? Before the
Yeah,
storm.
Before the
Before the
Storm.
storm. Nice.
Hell yeah.
It
Speaking
is
of-
BTS.
It is BTS. Hey.
Speaking of games that have been purchased, I have a physical that is new that I have not played yet, but it is new. I've got Hades.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa.
No pun intended. Hell yeah. Yes.
I've got Hades now. I wanted to play it before Hades 2 comes out. I want to say this year, even though that's not going to happen because it's on my Fantasy Critic. I'm going to say it's coming out this year.
Well, you got
Um,
Zelda, so you'll be okay.
yeah.
You'll live.
Zelda got me up to second place in our
Yeah, you'll live.
Carpool Gaming hosts
Oh, we should bring
Fantasy
that up
Critic.
next week. Mm-hmm.
Let me.
We gotta have a
You
look at
guys
that.
go
Maybe that's a
ahead.
post show. No, we
There you
could
go.
probably.
Okay, post show.
Okay.
We'll save it for
Yeah.
post show.
Yeah.
We're pinning
I
like
picked-
5 things for the post show.
I already forgot what the first thing was we
Same.
mentioned.
Totally gone.
It's
But I
cool.
got Hades and a few DS games last week, so got more for the backlog. Speaking of things we need a direct. No, like I have plenty.
We really don't.
I
Like
have
that's the
plenty.
reality of it. But the reality is boring. Give us something exciting. Come on, Nintendo. Give me something to live for.
Oh,
Give me a reason to get out of bed in the
Give
morning.
me
you know?
a
Something
reason to
amazing, I
live.
guess. Yeah.
Give me a reason to live and leave my bed every morning.
Every morning I wake up. Is there a Nintendo Direct? No.
Gets disappointed, goes
There
back to
isn't.
sleep.
Womp
Yeah.
womp.
Womp womp.
All right.
Well,
All
cool
right.
physical.
Sean, thanks. Sean, where can people find you being sad about the Direct on the internet?
You can find me on the internet, on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants, and in the Discord. The Discord is popping off, guys. Get in on the Discord.
Oh,
The links are in the show notes. It is
Always.
amazing. Every day, I think there are people jumping in and joining us, and it is so cool. That welcome channel, very popular, very cool.
Come
So
on,
you can
man.
find me in the Discord, find me on Twitter. I think I threw out all the questions for people out there. I want your opinions, so tag me on Twitter. Let's go. That's where you
Seth,
can
what
find
about
me.
where can people
Let's
find you?
go. Find me on twitter.com/$2hero. And you can find me here on Carpool Gaming, maybe on the Xbox Drive tomorrow too, I
Yes,
guess.
join us.
Yeah, man.
Talking about the good old Diablo.
Diablo.
And y'all can find me on Twitter at LocklithTWT or here on YouTube at Locklith, but always here as part of Carpool Gaming, obviously the Discord. I'm always waving at the new people coming in. I hit that
Give 'em a
button that
wave.
makes this little wave emoji.
Yeah, give 'em a
So
wave.
welcome in everyone that comes in new to the Discord. But thank you all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already, and fuel this carpool in the comments below with your wildest Nintendo Direct. I don't know. Like, what game are you anticipating for a Nintendo
Prediction.
Direct, if there is one? Yeah, that's the word. Prediction. Look at that. Look at words are
Yep.
nice to have. But let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
The end. Deek.
Yeah.
The end.
Deek.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Deek.